mommy, community in action. But oh my, let us sound of that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. But oh my, let us sound of that. Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, granny, let us sound of that. Look, granny, let us sound of that. Look, granny, let us sound of that. Learning and exploring my history, you see. Look, mommy, let us sound of that. We confident, we practice and develop fluency. Look, daddy, let us sound of that. Families, they bonding, they representing me. Look, granny, let us sound of that. Look, auntie, let us sound of that. Nice, I see, let us sound of that.
So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they have to sit. So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they have to sit.
Look, mommy, community in action. Well, oh my, let us sound of that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, let us sound of that. Creative, affirming, culture for me too. Look, granny, let us sound of that.
Too. Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, mommy, I love the sound of that. Look, daddy, I love the sound of that. We are forever loving the sound of that, and I hope you are doing well, Virtual Village family. It is halfway through the week, and I hope it's been a wonderful one for you. Again, I am Star Armstrong, the founder of Clever Communities in Action, and we focus on improving the literacy in African American children and families. And we do that through promoting culturally affirming literature, making sure that our children have access to books where they see themselves positively represented, and bringing Black authors in front of them, and just making reading a very fun adventure for our children, because we know that reading is the foundation of learning, and literacy is a tool to liberation, all right? So these are the key phrases around these parts. So I want you guys, our Virtual Village family, to be accustomed to this. Literacy is liberation, and reading is the foundation of learning, all right? So again, we are all about that literacy, culture, community, and love life. And I love that you guys are tuned in this evening. I love being here every night, Monday through Wednesday with you all. And I love the young people who are involved in our show. And I love the dedicated teachers who we have coming on here. And I love you, fantastic villagers. Some of you all have been rocking with us since the first day the school shut down, all right? So it is our goal to continue improving upon our programming and providing things that just motivate and stimulate our families. We need this family programming time. We need the time where everybody can gather around the computer screen, the device, and convene around positivity and things that uplift, mobilize, and educate us, all right? So look, if you guys are new to this, if you are just tuning in tonight, then we have some wonderful things coming the rest of the evening. Again, check out what our young people are doing, and check out the dynamic teachers that we have who are bringing this foundational literacy to us. So whether you are 8 or 80 years old, we have something here that is going to work for you. So y'all stay tuned and see what's next, all right?
Greetings, virtual villagers. My name is Shania, and do you know what time it is? It's affirmation time! Time to remind ourselves how great we are. So everybody, repeat after me. I am smart. I have purpose. I am confident. I am valuable. My voice is worthy of being heard. I am an asset to my family, school, and community. I respect myself and I respect others. I am beautifully made inside and out. I love my beautiful hair and I love my beautiful brown skin. I am more than enough. Great job, virtual villagers. Can I get a virtual high five? Great job. And always remember how fantastic you are.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I'm Akai, and today's quote is by Star Armstrong. The family that reads together succeeds together. A family that reads about their culture helps their entire community succeed.
This episode of the Virtual Village Show has been brought to you by Truist. Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be difficult. At the James Allen Group, we work tirelessly to get families into homes and to get our listings sold quickly at the best price. James Allen, our principal broker, has over 30 years of experience as a realtor. As a U.S. Navy veteran, his knowledge of Hampton Roads and its community is a vital tool in meeting the home buying needs of military families. If you're ready to buy or sell your home, contact the James Allen Group at 757-449-8322. Sign up today for our free home buyer or seller seminar at jamesallengroup.com.
All right, virtual villagers, how are you all feeling? I hope you are feeling as good as I do. Every day, Shania gets us amped with that affirmation, right? So we understand that we are smart, that we have purpose, all of these wonderful things. And I'm listening to her deliver that. I'm unpacking this affirmation, right? First of all, seeing this beautiful young 10-year-old child deliver that with such power as she did, right? And then just going through those words, and I'm like, which one of those lines that she said resonated with me the most? And I think it varies on each day. But today it was when she says, I am an asset to my family, my school, and my community. And again, I think it's so important. We know at Clever Communities in Action that we are building our children up so they understand their values, so that they understand their worth. And it is always our jobs as the adults in the village to make sure that we are doing that all the time. We must practice what I call guerrilla love tactics, okay? You hear about guerrilla war tactics, but we have to do guerrilla love tactics. We had the Delegate Scott on last night, and he talked about a lot of the issues that are going on in education right now and how Black children are being penalized more harshly for doing simple things in school, and they're being kicked out of their classrooms. Well, listen, we have to be the advocate. We have to be the voice, and we have to be the community that envelops them and lets them know that they are an asset to their family, their school, their community, their places of worship, their home, everywhere, all right? So that is your job. That is my job. And that is one of the things that we do around these parts as the Virtual Village family. And you guys do a wonderful job of that when our children are reading, and the beautiful, encouraging comments that you guys drop. Everything about this Virtual Village family is just positive, and I am loving that. So now it is time for me to get the introduction going of our wonderful teacher that we have tonight. So again, on Mondays and Wednesdays, if you guys haven't caught the rhythm yet, on Mondays and Wednesdays, that's when we have our foundational literacy lesson. And we have these wonderful teachers who come on here, and they are not the ones who are penalizing our students. They are not the ones who are short with our students. They are the ones who understand that our students are dealing with, our children are dealing with a lot of things. And it's varied backgrounds. But regardless, being a Black child in this society means a lot of different things, and it comes with its own unique challenges as well as joys, right? But with the challenges, we bring on teachers who understand that, who are partners with our children, who are there to help facilitate the best in our children, right? So that means that I am excited to bring back one of our favorites, one of the best to do it. Miss Lakisha Owens is going to be our teacher tonight. So look at that lovely face. Can we bring Miss Lakisha on up here?
Hey. Hello.
Hey there. I see you looking all festive with the ears on.
Yeah, we had to dress in orange today. I have orange pants on. Stop bullying,
Okay. That's great. That's great. I'm sure the children love that. I'm sure they definitely got a kick out of that. We're enjoying it. I'm glad you carried it over to your Virtual Village class.
Definitely.
So how's everything been going for you today?
Today has been pretty good, actually. Got a lot of work done, and just excited to end my night with the program.
Wonderful. Well, we are excited to have you. And before we get into this lesson, you and I were talking about this a little bit before we got started. And I always like to remind our viewers why foundational literacy is important. I don't think we can say this enough. Can you speak again to why this is important? Any personal experiences you may have had with this in the past, present, future? And why these snippets, these quick lessons that we're providing here, why is this a necessity?
Well, I've been doing this for 9 years now. It's my 9th year teaching, and I see each and every year the new students coming up to 3rd grade, a grade where they have to be on grade level reading in order to learn the comprehension skills. And unfortunately, they are not coming on a 3rd grade level. And these little teeny snippets of these activities that we're doing, quick, easy, are like refreshers. They're really good refreshers, because I know the kids hear these in class, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. They hear the same, all of these skills every single year. So I'm thinking if they hear it another way, just as many ways as possible, it can, be beneficial to them.
Yes, and the entire family can pull up, and it's a great thing for mom, grandma, dad, aunt, uncle, whomever, is around our children and loving on our children and responsible for our children to hear these things as well and get involved. We welcome you guys. We actually challenge you to take these lessons and go and do something further with them. And you can play it back. That's the wonderful thing about this. If you missed it, you can play it back. And then also, even if you tune in live, you can play it back and run it again with your little one, or you can add some things to it. So, like you said, Ms. Owens, all the ways that we can get it. And that's for grown people too, right? We all learn differently. They say variety is the spice of life. So we just throwing up, I was talking about the virtual village stew on Monday. So, we cooking up wonderful things in here. But what I'm going to do right now is step away and let you deliver this lesson. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right.
All right, virtual villagers. Again, I'm so excited to be with you guys here tonight. I have 3 lessons in literacy that I'm going to be focusing on today. The first one that I'm going to be focusing on is the short O sound. The short O sound is what we're going to be focusing on first. So I'm going to say a word, and we're going to say each sound and listen for that short O sound, okay? So the O in the short O says ah, ah. All right, so let's try it. The first word is job. So we have job, job. Very good. Our second word we're going to say is top, top. Top, top. Very good. Our next word is pot, pot. Pot, pot. You hear all of those sounds. Good job. The next word is cot, cot. Cot, cot. And our last word is cob, like corn on the cob. Cob, cob. Very good. You guys are saying those words so wonderfully. All of those words have the short O sound. Awesome. So the next skill we're going to talk about is antonyms. And I know we talked about antonyms. Antonyms are super important because antonyms are words that mean the opposite of each other. So antonyms mean the opposite. They are the opposite. So we're going to talk about some of those antonym pairs. The first pair is old and new. Old and new. They are opposites. Something's old, you'll probably want to get rid of it and replace it with something new, nice and fresh. Very good. The next pair is light and dark. Light and dark. During the daytime, it is light, but at nighttime, it gets dark. So light and dark are antonyms, opposites. The next pair is short and tall. Short and tall. You might see short, little kids are short, but then you see adults may be tall. They're higher up in the sky, right? The next pair is stop and go. Stop and go. You see a red light, you want to stop. But the opposite of that is when you see the green light, you want to go. So stop and go are antonyms. They mean the opposite of each other. And the next one is top and bottom. Top and bottom are antonyms. They are opposites. So you might sit on the top of a desk or the bottom. Or let's think about a bunk bed. You might sleep on the top of the bunk bed or the bottom of the bunk bed. So my question for you is, what's the opposite or the antonym of wet? What is the opposite or the antonym for wet? Yes, you got that. It is dry. So if we got rained on, we would be completely wet, right? But hopefully after a little while, we wouldn't be wet anymore. We'd be dry. All right, good job. Next is, what would be the antonym for hot? What would be the antonym for hot? It's hot outside today. Yes, normally this time of year, it would be cold. That is the antonym for hot. So hot and cold are opposites, antonyms. Good job. One more. What about on? What would be the antonym for on? The opposite of on would be off. You got it. My light's on right now, but if I flicked it and it gets dark, it would be off. So on and off are opposites. They are antonyms. Amazing. You guys did a wonderful job. So just remember, antonyms are words that are opposite of each other. Now, the third literacy skill we're going to talk about today is summarizing. Summarizing. So good readers are able to summarize the stories after they read. We want to focus on the characters in the story, the setting, that's where it takes place, the problem the character might have, and the solution. How did that character resolve or solve their problem? And once we finish reading, we want to give a summary of what the story was about. Now, how do I do that? Well, first thing you want to do is think of the somebody. Who was the story about? That's the somebody. Then, what did that somebody want? They wanted something. What did the main character want? But something happens. There's a problem there. Something happens. So they have to fix that problem. So how do they fix that problem or resolve that problem? Then at the end, what was the conclusion? What was the conclusion? So always think about somebody, wanted, but, so, and then. And you will be a summarizing superstar.
All right. That was excellent. So the thing is, we understand that these vowel sounds are critical, right? Again, the foundational literacy pieces, these are the building blocks for our children to become strong, competent readers. And you guys come on here every week and are providing something that is just, absolutely, there's no dollar amount for that. Having teachers who care, having teachers who will come back after they've been teaching all day
Yeah.
to teach again and provide it, like you said, in a different format, in a different way, in a different environment. And we really hope that it's resonating with our viewers and with the family. And make sure everybody who is tuned in right now, y'all give us a share and tell the people in your family who have children, tell anybody in your family who can benefit from some literacy, culture, community, and love to tune in. We've all seen, we've seen children in our communities who we know they could use some extra TLC. We also see children a lot of times who are in front of devices. They have some type of device that's entertaining them all the time. So why not have something that they can tune into that is positive and get a lesson from this phenomenal teacher right here, right? So make sure y'all click that share button. And was there anything, let's see. Before we get into the next thing you're going to do for everybody, was there anything that you wanted to piggyback off of your lesson, the importance of it, or any of the skills obtained from it?
Definitely the reading focus. That is huge, because as a teacher, I know students, they just read. They'll read. And then you say, okay, so what happened? Tell me about it. They can't explain. And so I try to tell my students, when you're reading, you got to stop. You have to think about these different reading skills, like summarizing. You have to be able to, to show me you understood what you read. You have to know how to summarize the story. You have to know who was in the story, where, what problem do they have, how they solve it. And once you're able to do that, then the kids really comprehend what they read.
Definitely. Comprehension is important, because if we read, but we don't understand what we read, then that's not much use to us. So again, we know that we have a lot of work to do within our community. Sometimes it's challenging work, but it's rewarding work, and we have to be literate to be able to do that work. And our little ones deserve that. They deserve our gift of literacy. So we are going to go and have a word for our sponsors, and when we come back, Ms. Lakisha Owens is going to deliver some more literacy in the form of gift of literacy in the form of an excellent story tonight. So what story will she read? We will see after this word from our sponsors.
This episode of the Virtual Village Show has been brought to you by Truist. Smart kids make our world better. At Heavenly Hearts, we believe that the right foundation is key to our future leader success. With our 4 key learning principles, which are inclusive learning environment, early exposure to financial literacy, community engagement, science and technology with engineering, art, and math labs, will enrich each one of our future leaders as well as the community they are part of. In these unprecedented times, the $59 billion childcare industry has been dramatically impacted by the pandemic. Heavenly Hearts has currently implemented several advanced health and safety precautions to protect our children and staff at our current licensed facility in Chesapeake, Virginia. Our new location will continue to use advanced technology to protect our children from this and future threats to their health and safety, as our mission is to educate, empower, and equip our students with the necessary foundation to be holistically successful throughout life. We invite you to get involved. As an investor or community partner, you can help in a variety of ways. Contact Serena Mann at 757-254-8156.
All right, guys, we are back. We're going to see if we can practice our reading focus skill of summarizing with one of my favorite books. It is called Hair Love. And this story is written by Matthew A. Cherry. That is our author. And it's illustrated by Vashti Harrison. our illustrator, the person who made these beautiful pictures. So, hair love. I like the pictures so much, I want you to see them. My name is Zuri, and I have hair that has a mind of its own. It kinks, coils, and curls every which way. I just met the main character. Her name's Zuri. Daddy tells me it is beautiful. That makes me proud. I love that my hair lets me be me. In funky braids with beads, I am a princess. And when my hair is in two puffs, I am above the clouds like a superhero. My hair even does magic tricks. One day, Rocky and I were playing outside when along came the rain. From large to small, it went. Presto, just like that. There's nothing my hair can't do. Today, I woke up extra early all by myself. I was too excited to sleep. It's a big day. Daddy was still sleeping. Shh, I said to Rocky as we tiptoed past him. Lately, Daddy has been worn out. He makes me breakfast, takes me to school, goes to work, picks me up, and yesterday we went for a bike ride around the park. I think he needs a break. I agree. Because today is special. I want a perfect hairstyle. This calls for a professional's touch. Pause off, Rocky. Crack. Daddy heard the crash. Zuri, what on earth? He asked. Oh no. I was only trying to help, I said. Daddy smiled. Can I help too? It'll be a piece of cake, Zuzu. The first style was a big no way. Look at her. She's like, no. Her eyes are like, oh my gosh. The second was no better. No, Daddy. Then Daddy tried slicking my hair back into two puffs. Ouch, Daddy yelled. Look, it popped him in the eyeball. Wait a minute, Daddy said as he reached into the drawer and pulled out a pick. Ta-da! Daddy, really? I said. I'll be right back. I promise. Her hair's huge, but I love it. Now, look at what he just did. Oh my goodness. How's that? He asked, pulling a hat down over my eyes. Daddy, come on. We can do better than that. I really need my hair to be special. Don't worry, he said. We'll figure this out. So I'm thinking we have Zuri, that's our somebody, she wanted a special hairdo for a special day, but her dad just was not doing a good job at all. Then I had a great idea. She has an idea. Daddy gathered all the tools we needed and we were set. Look what she did. Look what she has. Watching carefully. Looks like she's watching a YouTube video. Daddy combed, parted, oiled, and twisted. He nailed it. Funky puff buns. Pretty, and so much fun. Rocky approved too. I put on my superhero cape as the final touch to a perfect look. The door's opening. Where's my Zuzu? Mommy called from the door. She could not get in the house fast enough. Mommy, you've got to be the prettiest Supergirl I have ever seen, she said. Yes, her hair is really, really cute. I love it. And your hair is beautiful, Zuzu. Who did it? I looked at Daddy and beamed. Look, it says, "Welcome home, Mom." That must have been her special day. Mommy smiled. Very nice. Thank you. We learned from the best, Daddy said as he gave her a big hug. My hair is Mommy, Daddy, and me. It's hair love. So we had Zuri, and she wanted a special hairdo for a special day, but her daddy was doing a horrible job at it. So she had an idea to get her iPad and pull up a video of how to do a hairstyle. And then her daddy did it, and her mommy got to see her looking beautiful.
What an excellent story, and you did a great job of delivering. First, I really just to give Miss Lakisha a hand for that story as well as that literacy lesson. And hair love is a fan favorite around here. And there's a lot to take from that story. I am hearing that I am having some kind of technical difficulties out there, and I promise y'all it sounds very normal to me. But anyway, since I'm having tech issues, I'm going to keep my part short. Was there anything else that you wanted to say about the story?
Oh, I'm muted. I'll just say, just love your hair. I just want our kids to love their hair.
Definitely. Well, on that note, since I'm having these strange sounds, we're going to bid you a Miss Owens, and we look forward to having you back, okay? You have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next week. All right, you guys. So now it is time, I'm just feeling like y'all can't hear me. I'm hoping y'all don't hear me. Somebody drop something in the chat. Let me know if you guys can understand, because it sounded very clear on my end, but I'm hearing that y'all are hearing R2D2 or something like that. So I want my words to be clear, because the next part that we have coming up will be with literacy, culture, community, and love. So y'all get this culture right now, okay? Get this culture.
Howdy, virtual villagers. I am Jamir. I'm here to bring you today's moment in history. The image of the Wild West cowboy is one of America's most popular pieces of lore. In movies and books, we learn about the trailblazing, horseback riding legends of the Great Western Plains. But in nearly every depiction, those cowboys are white. In reality, historians estimate that 1 in 4 American cowboys were black. Black cowboys have a rich, complicated history in the U.S. and remain an important part of American culture to date. The cowboy lifestyle first came into play in Texas when American settlers would invade the then Mexican-owned territory in the early 1800s. Americans moving into the territory brought enslaved black people with them and began setting up plantations. By 1860, after Texas became a part of the Union, an estimated 30% of the population was black. Following the abolition of slavery, many of those people became in demand as cowhands. When Texas joined the Confederacy, many slave owners went off to fight in the Civil War, leaving the humans they owned to tend the cattle. But when the war ended, freed black people found themselves in high demand for positions as cowhands to ranchers across the South. It's also believed that the idea of the Lone Ranger was inspired by a black man named Bass Reeves.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I'm Asia, and you know I have that book recommendation of the day. I know you've been waiting on it. Jameer told you a little something about black cowboys. Today's book is Bill Pickett, Rodeo Riding Cowboy by Andrea Davis Pickney, about a feisty cowboy child who became the most famous black rodeo performer who ever lived. Get your copy today, little cowboys and cowgirls. You can purchase this book at your local black-owned bookstore or visit smile.amazon.com and add Clever Communities in Action as your charity, and Amazon will donate a percentage of the price of your purchases at no cost to you.
All right, virtual villagers, it's been a wonderful evening, starting off from our young Shania, affirming our existence, affirming the existence of our youth. Miss Owens coming on with the wonderful lesson and the story that she read, on down to Jameer bringing those history facts. You know, the purpose of moments. Miss Tiffany is here. How you doing, sis? Hope you are doing well. Glad to see you. Longtime virtual village family member there. We always love when family comes through and makes themselves known. Yes, yes. That definitely brightens up our evening. And as far as the moments history, you know, we called it moments in history instead of moments in Black history because, well, obviously we're talking about Black people, but we're not going to allow people to otherize our history. Our history affects this country. Our history shapes this country, and our history shapes the world. So therefore, that's why it's moments in history, but you will be hearing about Black history in that. And on tonight, Jameer talked about Black cowboys, and we know a lot of times children, particularly little boys, grow up liking the cowboys and the shoot 'em up, bang, bang. And the stories that we hear surrounding cowboys and Indians, there's so much fallacy to that. But it was good tonight that he dropped that jewel about the origins of Black cowboys, because again, understanding our place in history and our place in the things that our children like, that we like, you know, things that we enjoy watching, knowing that we have a place there, we have a stake there, we help to create those places and spaces, right? So we can't leave that out. And that's what Moments in History is about. And then Asia always comes through with that book recommendation. And again, we are always trying to give you a children's book that is either directly about whomever or whatever we were discussing, or something that relates to that, because we want you guys to build up those strong home libraries for our children. So whether it's your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, community children, church children, mosque children, whatever it may be, build up those home libraries. And especially now during this pandemic, when our children are at home and they're not able to their school libraries or the public library, it's important that we are doing that. So books make great gifts, and we are giving you guys recommendations every day. And on that note, you guys, again, I hope you enjoyed this, that you are finding value in this, that you are sharing this. Make sure you click that share button. Tell somebody who knows somebody. Tell somebody who can benefit about this program, all right? And I'm just sending much love to our Virtual Village family, and we will see you guys again soon. Y'all have a great evening. Peace.
Look, mommy, community in action. What on my little sound of that? Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. What on my little sound of that? Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, granny, a little sound of that. Look, granny, a little sound of that. Look, granny, a little sound of that. Learning, exploring about history, we see. Look, mommy, a little sound of that. We confident, we practice, and develop fluency. Look, daddy, a little sound of that. Families, they bonding, they representing me. Look, granny, a little sound of that. Look, auntie, a little sound of that. Nice, I see a little sound of that.
So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they have to sit. So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they have to sit.
Look, mommy, community in action. Well, on my little sound of that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, on my little sound of that. Creative, affirming, culture for me too. Look, granny, a little sound of that.
Something is always trying to get at us, right? I feel this show went well, and I'm in a different location, and I feel my hand, like it's just better for me sitting where I am right now. So I feel like I did a better job. We flowed, everything was good. That little thing I messed up, nobody knew. And I kind of